Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to OKKO Season 2, Episodes 2 and 3. Yeah, we're doing 2 episodes here. I believe I said it last week. If I didn't, just to be sure and say it again, yeah, we're probably going to do multiple episodes of this every time because they're half-length episodes. We did just start out with one last week due to just time reasons and also just because we're starting a new season. Usually just start off with one episode. But we started off with a time skip. And it was pointed out in the comments and everything. And yes, that wasn't lost on me. That it's funny that I come back after years of, since last watching this series. And the first episode back is about a time skip. It's like, yes, I got the joke there. I understood how that was funny. I was relating it a lot to like anime time skips and whatnot. But yes, I understood the joke there. But yeah, so Enid and Rad decided to change their looks, but it's eventually come to realize that it doesn't really work. Enid's mime look, while very cute, is not practical for a lot of reasons. And Rad's sunburned look is, well, it's a sunburn. It's hurting him. It's not a good idea. But we do have a change that will be sticking, and that is the fact that we got full confirmation on Carol and Gar being together. And it's like, yeah, it's super fucking cute. And just like fully wholesome, and I support it 100%. Because they have history, they have legitimate, like, chemistry with each other. It's genuinely super cute. They're both likable characters. So yeah, I'm all for it. And it's good that that's a change that's sticking too. And they even make a point of that. Like that's the one that's not going away. But we're here with 2 more episodes, and so yeah, I expect more of the same shenanigans and humor that this show is kind of known for. I don't really expect any big plot stuff to happen right away. There might be plot stuff later on, but there are still some unanswered things. There are still stuff that has to be addressed and all. Shadowy figure being kind of like the leading example of that. I'm sure we'll still get more Boxmen and the robots, especially Shannon. Hopefully, just more Shannon. But I'm sure we'll get plenty of other stuff as well. Some new characters probably introduced. I don't know like who his character is, but I know that Pro ZD God, what is his name? Sungwon, I think. I'm really sorry if I messed that up. I know him more as Pro ZD, you know. But I actually met him at Youmacon this past year. The first Youmacon back after, well, not after the pandemic, but through it and everything. And yeah, he's a really nice, funny dude. I even was staffing at one of the panels that he did. But yeah, so we got to, like, I talked briefly with him there, and it's like, and I knew he had voiced a character in this series. I, again, don't know when that character shows up. I don't know who the character is, and I probably will not recognize his voice. Because honestly, his speaking voice does not sound like a lot of the characters he voices. I've heard some of his voice acting stuff before, and he doesn't sound like he changes his voice. He disguises his voice when he's voice acting. It really doesn't sound like his normal speaking voice. So I know he's in this. I just don't, again, I don't know where or when he appears. I don't know who his character actually is. But that'll be fun to eventually see. I'm expecting more characters as well to return, characters we know and like and everything. And apparently, let me just get the exact name so I don't mess it up here. Because you know me, I tend to get certain details about things wrong sometimes, and I make a fool out of myself. So let me just get this here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Apparently, I found this out, and this is like I haven't heard the voice again since I'm starting the series. I'm just gonna wait till the character appears. Apparently, Fink is Professor Venomous's assistant, the little green mouse girl. She's apparently voiced by Laura Jill Miller, aka the same VA as Libby from The Ghost and Molly McGee, as well as Hikari from the original dub of Digimon Adventure. And, of course, Haru from Beastars and other characters, too. But Libby and Hikari are the big ones for me. Yeah, apparently she's also Fink. And it's like, I was just recently surprised by the fact that the voice of Hikari and the voice of Libby were the same. Now you're telling me that it's also Fink? It's like, and again, I haven't gone to listen to Fink's voice again, so I don't know for sure. And, well, I know for sure it's her, but I don't know, like, if I would have recognized her anyway. She might be putting on a slightly different voice for Fink. But it's like, now I'm really interested, you know? Because it's like, I don't remember, like, liking Fink, like, too much. Like, I didn't dislike her character, but it's like, I don't remember, like, being a huge fan of her or anything. Not like I was with, like, Enid or Shannon, but I don't remember it sounding like Hikari from Digimon, which is kind of the go-to, which would be the go-to comparison. Because again, that was from my childhood and all. But again, I'll just wait for her to appear again, and hopefully I'll be able to tell. But even if not, I mean, it's like, hey, if you're a good voice actor, it's like you should be able to sometimes have range. Disguise your voice a little bit, like apparently ProZD can do. So, yeah. But I am genuinely curious to hear her again just because of that. I found that out, and it's like, oh, okay. That's neat. But yeah. I'm excited either way to get into more episodes. Like I said, we're doing just 2 today, unless I randomly decide to do another. But it's like, going forward, we're just going to do probably just 2 to 3 a week, depending on how much time I have and how much I'm feeling up to recording at the time as well. So we'll take it as it goes. But yeah, it'll definitely be multiple a week for sure. And we'll handle taking a break when we get to that point, if and when we get to that point, to avoid burnout and stuff, as we do with shows. But I don't know. We'll handle that when we get to that. We'll see when I feel like it just would make the most sense, or when I feel like I need one. Or I might need one very soon. You get the idea. But either way, we're just going to get this started, hope for the best, and see what these episodes of OKKO Season 2 have in store, as now we're moving on from just, the basically welcome back episode. So, When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episodes. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, 2 fun episodes with quite a lot of Best Girl Shannon. I really enjoyed these. The second one more than the first, but let's talk about the first. So, Boxman returns from the sun, finding out that Daryl, or Lord Cowboy Daryl, has taken over Boxmoor, and he's successful as a businessman, but not as an evil organization. While Boxman was obviously the opposite. He was successful as an evil organization, but not as a business. So, Boxman is upset by this and wants to take control, but instead, Lord Cowboy Daryl, he puts Boxman in his place and makes him do robot work. Eventually forcing him to attack the plaza instead. It doesn't work. Boxman is eventually sent back and is initially going to yell at Daryl, but decides not to instead to give him positive reinforcement, but doesn't actually take back the company, which is interesting, I guess. It was fun, interesting, just kind of showing like showing like the aftermath of what happened last season and everything. Really the only thing to it, it's probably going to be returned to the status quo before too long. But we did get to see some good Shannon in there. We saw Michaela and the others as well. It was fun. But the second episode here shined a lot more. Episode 3. Episode 3 focused on a film festival held by the Plaza with an irradiated trophy as a prize because apparently plutonium is cheaper than gold. But so everyone is making their own films to enter in the film festival, and most of the episode is just showing off those films. And it's basically this showcase of different real-life film styles. And I think that's really fun and fantastic. And as is the joke about the critiques of it and everything. How everyone has their critiques of all these different movies, from cliche to pretentious and everything. And it's funny. And it's even kind of funny because these are things like I have said about movies, and it's not even saying that critiques are necessarily wrong to use against movies and all. It's more talking about how you handle them than anything. Also, the part where the Boxmoor bots come in is just like really fun because it shows Daryl and the other guy whose name I cannot remember, like kind of like cool, like with this like flashing background and everything, and then Shannon comes in and is just the smallest, angriest little gremlin, and it's honestly kind of adorable. And then they're all kind of like just smaller in stature after that for that scene, and it's just really funny. Maybe it's just because I really like Cheryl or Shannon, but it was just like really funny to me. But like going through this, like we had like different stories, like Cohort or whatever his name was, Cohort, the broccoli dude. Like had a story, like as it was even pointed out, was like playing around with like making art out of his real life anxieties and stuff, and it's like, oh. So you're definitely having some commentary in this episode about real life things, Because that is a thing. Like, people have made movies and all based on real life experiences or real issues that they've had and stuff. And it's deeply connected with them because of that and stuff. So yeah, it's like that kind of stuff has definitely happened. Um, then you get to the grenade hands guy, and it's like this action movie where the dude is like he's just trying to be nice and good, but he keeps exploding things, and the monk has his lines dubbed over, and it's like, oh my god. It's like, really, really. And then you have I cannot remember his name right. They said it in the episode. Um but the cat guy, the old furry cat guy who's just got like this beautifully artistic film, and it's like, dude, that's actually kind of the best one yet. um it was actually like surprisingly entertaining to watch. And then you have like this little anime film by the bunny character, little like hand drawn. You have the mummy girl like doing a silent film, which was at that point became the best one. Like, that was actually really funny. And the entire line about terrible voice work. It's like it's a silent movie. Obviously, our Plaza Heroes work was then next, and that one was just like, typical action revenge film, and it's like, okay, it wasn't anything special. I think a lot of the complaints about it were like ridiculous. But then you had the box more robots film, and I am not kidding, when it showed Michaela as like the lion, the MGM lion, I that was the funniest fucking thing that I did not expect, and it was just really fucking amazing. I almost used that as the thumbnail. But then how their entire film was just literally scenes from famous, really popular movies like The Sound of Music and Star Wars and shit, and it's like, oh my god, that's kind of amazing. And they even like make a joke about it, like our film was algorithmically designed to like just hit everything that people love or whatever, and it's like, yes, okay. um just kind of everything about that was just really fantastically funny and wonderful. And yeah, it's like, okay, I mean, give Shannon the trophy. She deserves the trophy. But then, like, afterwards, you have our heroes, like, learning kind of the lesson to deal with criticisms and not let it get you down and stuff. Which is a good lesson for sure. But it also teaches at the end there, it's like some criticisms just aren't even valid. And it's like, yeah, yeah. And it's like, I feel like this is a big thing for YouTubers. Just with the comments section on a lot of YouTube videos. This was genuinely a fun episode. Had a lot of good meta commentary on films and criticism. And Shannon was great. And again, that entire just Michaela as the MGM lion just is one of the funniest things, and it has no right to be so funny. Like, it's there's not even much to it. It's just a joke because Michaela is more animal-like than the other robots, and so she's the MGM lion, and it's just like, it's so simple and basic, and there's not even like much of any real work put into that joke, but yet somehow it's just really fucking funny to me. It's just really genuinely super funny. And I can't explain it. I can't fully explain why, but it's just really genuinely fucking funny to me. It made me laugh. Like, if I was watching this on my own, if I wasn't like trying to do a reaction and like, actively um actively like, how do I word this? If I wasn't like doing a reaction like this and actively like trying to react in certain ways and stuff, I've talked about this before. When I do a reaction, like I don't react the same way I react when I'm just watching something on my own, because I'm actively like trying to entertain you guys. I'm actively trying. I'm still being myself, but I'm putting work into how I react and what I do and say and everything. So usually I do try to hold back on certain things. Like I try not to laugh for too hard or too long because I want to pay attention. So I actively hold it in. But if I were watching this on my own time, I would like be I would probably had to have paused it because I would be laughing so hard at that. But because I'm reacting to it, I actively hold myself back to not laugh as hard because I want to keep paying attention. I don't want to pause it if I don't have to. Um, I try to hold back a lot, but I'm still like my reactions are still genuine. Like I still laughed. It was still funny to me. It's just I didn't laugh as hard as I probably would have otherwise because I was actively trying not to. I actively had to stop myself. I hope I'm making some semblance of sense here. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm just, bad at saying things. um, but yeah, it was a really funny episode. Again, I loved all the different styles used in the films. I just really appreciate what the creators did with this, what Ian and the writers and the animators did with this. I think they really pulled off a great one there. But either way, tell me in the comments below, what did you think of these two episodes, episodes 2 and 3 of OKKO Season 2? Uh, Let me know, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.